welcome. My name is Amanda. We are here for a 30-minute flow practice. So let us get right down to it. So come down to your mat if you're not already there, and bring yourself to just an easy upright seat. Allow your shoulders to drop down, allow your sitting bones to root into the earth, the crown to reach up towards the sky. Blink your eyes closed, and simply allow yourself to arrive and land here for your practice. For today's practice, you are invited to embrace the small shifts, the subtle changes on your mat. Just become aware of the transformation. Notice the sensations that arrive as you come into your expression of a yoga pose. Recognize that however you come into a pose, that over time, with breath, it will shift and change. Just as the inhale naturally turns into the exhale. So just simply paying attention as you breathe and shape shift on your mat today. Just another breath or two. Just to ground and center yourself. Set aside whatever your day has brought you. Set aside whatever you have ahead of this and just simply be here now. Okay, let us gather our hands together at our hearts. Bow your head to your heart in honor of connecting the mind intelligence with the body intelligence. Take a full breath in and a long breath out. Beautiful. And then open your eyes if you still have your eyes closed. We're going to come forward onto hands and knees, and we're going to go straight away to downward facing dog. So bring your palms to the mat, curl your toes under, send your hips up high. Give yourself some time and space to wiggle into your version of down dog in this moment. Shake out your head, shift your weight front to back, side to side. And then eventually come towards stillness. As you inhale, come out long to a plank pose. So rock your shoulders over your wrists. You can always bring your knees down to the ground if you want a supported version of this. But just build a little bit of heat, build a little bit of strength here. Really push the ground away without lifting your hips way up in the air, letting your hips drop down. Find a little bit of lift of your heart through the back side of your body so you can feel your shoulder blades go broad from right to left. Take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, send your hips high and back, come into downward facing dog once again. And breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale out for your plank once again. So just remember that pose that you were just in. See if you can find a little balance of effort and ease. Take another breath in. And then as you exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, inhale, rock out to your plank. This time as you exhale, we're going to lower all the way down to our belly. So hug your elbows in, lower down with control. Point your toes, inhale, lift your chest, cobra. Exhale, lower your chest down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift up, maybe pull back on your mat, lift a little bit higher than the previous time. And exhale, lower. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Inhale, press up to a high plank. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Good. From down dog, we're going to inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. And then as you exhale, come to the top of your mat. Feet right underneath the hips. Take a halfway lift. Nice flat back here. Hug your elbows in. Stay with this halfway lift, this Ardha Uttanasana, and just find some length from the crown of your head to the tip of your tailbone. As you exhale, bend into your knees and fold into yourself. Fingertips can come down to the mat. You could shake your head, yes and no. You could grab opposite elbows and find just a little bit of a sway, side to side or front to back. And then bring your hands back down to the mat. Take a halfway lift. As you exhale, reach your fingertips forward and then root your feet into the ground. Rise all the way up to stand. Look between your palms as they kiss together in a high prayer. And then exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Let your arms hang down at your sides in Tadasana. Just give yourself a moment to feel your feet on the ground. Feel your breath in your body. Notice just the subtle changes that have already occurred in this short amount of practice. And then bring the toes together to touch. As you inhale, reach your arms all the way up and overhead. As you exhale, take your left wrist in your right wrist in your left hand. Inhale, reach up, and then exhale, reach over to the left as you gaze up and to the right. Inhale, rise through the center. Exhale, switch your grip. Inhale to reach up, and then exhale, lean over to the right, gaze up and to the left. Good. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, forward fold. Take a halfway lift, breathe in. Bend your knees, plant your hands, step back for a high plank. As you exhale, lower all the way or maybe partway down Chaturanga. Knees can always come down to the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog, or you can stay with cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. As you exhale, walk step, maybe a little jump to the top, take a halfway lift, and forward fold. Rise all the way up to stand. Stretch up to the sky, and exhale, fold right back down to the earth. Halfway lift, breathe in. Bend your knees, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Lower on your exhale all the way down or halfway down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or stay with cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. All right, inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees forward. Exhale, come to the top of your mat. Take a halfway lift and forward fold. Inhale, root down, rise up, reach all the way up. And exhale, fold right back down. And take a halfway lift, inhale. As you exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands. Either step back and move through your vinyasa, or you can jump back lightly to Chaturanga, moving through your vinyasa that way, meeting back in downward facing dog. All right, just a couple of breaths and stillness in down dog. Again, take a moment to take some stock. Notice the subtle shifts and changes that have happened in your body, where you've directed your energy, how you've directed your breath. As you're ready, you're going to lift and lengthen your right leg. And then step your right foot forward between your thumbs. Lower your back knee down. Float your arms all the way up for Anjaneyasana. So first, allow yourself to really sink into it, to feel a little stretch through the left hip flexor. And then pressing your feet into the ground or the top of your back foot as well. Hug the thighs in, draw up from the pelvic floor so that you find nice activation. Curl your back toes under. Lift your back knee up, come into a high crescent. So you can stay here in high crescent, or goal post your arms and start to stretch and lift into a little baby back bend. Good. Inhale, reach your arms back up to the sky, gaze forward. Exhale, hands come down to frame your foot. Left hand is gonna ground, right hand is gonna reach up, simple twist. And then exhale, right hand comes down. Press your right foot into the mat to lift your back leg up, standing splits at the top of your mat. So think about folding more over your right leg than getting your left lifted leg up in the air. Maybe your hands walk back in line with your toes. Think about drawing your crown of your head down. Take another breath in. As you exhale, the left foot is going to step to meet the right. Take a halfway lift and forward fold. Rise all the way up to stand. Stretch up to the sky. And then exhale, sit down, Utkatasana. So just sink into it here. Feel the weight shift into the backs of your heels. Get a little lighter in your toes. Soften your shoulders down. And then your arms are going to sweep back. The crown of your head is going to go forward. Weight shifts into your toes this time. Lift the heels off the ground. Good. Just breathe. Notice the shifts in your body. Allow the shifts to happen. Let your breath flow. And then keeping on your tiptoes, we're going to reach all the way up for Urdhva and exhale, heels down, forward fold. Take a halfway lift, breathe in. Bend your knees, plant your hands. Step back and move through your vinyasa, or you can go straight to downward facing dog. Child's pose is also a nice choice there. All right, your left leg is going to lift and lengthen. Step your left foot forward between your thumbs. Lower your back knee down. Arms are going to float up and let yourself kind of sink into the shape first. And then draw the thighs together. Lift up from your center to make it a little more active. Good. Curl the back toes under. And then press up high crescent. You can stay here and simply breathe. Or gold post your arms and lift the heart. Good. And then inhale, gaze forward, arms reach up. Exhale, hands are going to come down. Your right hand is going to ground. Your left hand is going to reach up for your simple twist. You could always, I didn't say it on the last time, but you could always lower your back knee down if you'd like. Good, and then exhale, left hand comes down, press your left foot into the ground to reach your right leg up, standing splits. Folding over your left leg. Notice where your shoulders are, if they're up by your ears. See if you can bring that away, find a little bit of space. And then your right foot is going to come down to reach your left, take a halfway lift, and forward fold. Sit down to rise up. Utkatasana. All right, and then from here, arms are going to sweep back. Lift your heels off the mat, a little drinking bird here. Reaching the heart forward. Sending the hips back. Breathing. Notice if you're shaking, that is completely normal. We're putting ourselves in a position to work with the balance. Good, and then we're going to stand up tall, reach up, and then exhale, heels down, forward fold. Take a halfway lift, breathe in, bend your knees, plant your hands. Move through your vinyasa as you like, making your way to downward facing dog. All right, from here, your right leg is going to lift and lengthen. As you exhale, step your right foot forward. Low lunge. Back heel is going to seal. Reach your left fingertips forward and then circle your arm up and back. Right arm floats forward. Warrior two. So give yourself a little bit of time to hold and breathe in this pose. Let yourself arrive and land. And then notice the shifts and the changes. Good. From here, we're just going to lift the right heel off of the mat.
So you might need to step your right foot back a little bit so it can feel a little more stable. Be mindful of your ankle. Notice how that subtle shift changes the pose. Nice, and then the heel is going to go down. Flip your front palm to back, peaceful warrior. You might walk your left fingertips down your left leg a little bit more. Keep bending into your right knee. All right, and then rise up straight through the right leg. Turn all 10 toes to the left, and then left toes are going to go back. Warrior 2 towards the back of your mat. So coming at the same pose from a different entry point on a different side, just notice the difference there. And then find a place to ground and find a place to lift. Find a place to soften. Good, and then the pose is going to stay the same, just one subtle shift, lift your left heel. Again, you can adjust your left foot if you feel like you need to move it back a little bit. Maintain the breath. Good, and then with control, lower your heel down. We're going to flip the front palm, tip it back, peaceful warrior. Reaching up and back, continuing to bend into the left knee, open up the left side of your body. Good, and then rise up, warrior 2, straight through the left leg, turn all 10 toes towards the right, or left side of your mat, I guess, but turning them left. Arms are gonna stretch out, heart is gonna lift, and then nice and slowly, we're just gonna fold forward, wide-legged forward fold. Allow your head to drop down, allow your hips to lift. Beautiful, and then your hands are going to come out in front of you. So halfway lift spine here, nice long spine. Lift your heels, bend your knees, and you're just going to take some little hops to get your feet together. So you'll feel your belly draw in, bring the feet all the way together, take a halfway lift, and then exhale to fold yourself forward. Inhale to rise all the way up to stand, extended mountain, and exhale, hands to heart center. So allow yourself to be in a pose that we aren't normally standing in this part of our practice. And the shift is subtle. We're in this pose all the time, but the placement is different. So we're going to ground into the right foot. You're going to bend your left knee. Take your left hand to the inside of your left foot. So setting up for dancer pose. And then bend into your right knee so that you can sort of draw the energy up, activate through the front of your right leg. Right hand is going to reach up to the sky. You can always stay right here or slowly reach forward and kick back, finding your expression of a back bend. Nice, all right. As you're ready, you're gonna slowly rise up. Release your foot on the ground, both feet plant. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Take a halfway lift, and then bend your knees, hands are gonna plant, and you're just gonna lift the heels, find that little hop, back to your wide legs. Walk your hands to the front of your mat, bend into your right knee. Step back to downward facing dog. All right, from down dog, if you want to throw another vinyasa there, you can. Otherwise, we'll go right over to the other side. So left leg is going to lift. Step your left foot forward, low lunge. Back heel seals, right fingers reach forward, up and back. Land once again, warrior 2. So repeating the pose. Notice the shifts, notice the changes. And then you're just going to anchor into your heel, lift your toes off of the mat. And keep your right toes grounded. I'm finding that I'm lifting my toes off the mat in my right foot as well.
and then set your toes back down. Flip your front palm. Maybe you come into a little half bind as you reverse your warrior. Finding something new. And then rise up, straight through the left leg, turn your left toes to the right toes to the back of your mat, land warrior two. So just settle and feel the shape first, and then make that little subtle change of just lifting the toes up. How does that change things for you? Does it change anything for you? Good, and then you're gonna set your toes down, flip your front palm, maybe that little half bind shows up as you tip it back, peaceful warrior. Good, and then from here, rise up, straighten through the right leg. You're gonna turn all 10 toes towards the right side of your mat. I'll turn around so you can see better. You're gonna go toes out, heels in, bend your knees for a goddess pose. Hands are gonna come to heart center. All right, we're gonna shift over to the right. Left toes are gonna go up. And then your arms are gonna stretch out. You can stay there, or maybe your right heel lifts. Keep breathing, keep noticing. Good, and then set your right heel down. Come back to center, bring your hands to your heart. And then we'll send it off to the left. Lean into the left foot, right toes come off the mat. And then the left heel is gonna lift. Good, keep breathing. Yep, it's wobbly, we got it. Good. Set your heel down, shift it back through center, find your goddess pose. And then straighten through the legs, turn your toes in, or maybe a little pigeon-toed, arms stretch out, or you can find a little bind behind you. Inhale, reach the heart up, draw the knuckles down, and then exhale, hinge and fold. So if that's too much on your shoulders, you can certainly release. And then we will all release. Hands are gonna come right underneath you, find that halfway lift spine, lift your heels, bend your knees, that little hop to the center. Take a halfway lift, and then forward fold. Inhale, root down, rise up, reach up, stretch up, and exhale, hands to heart center. All right, back bending on the other side. While balancing, shift your weight into your left foot. Bend your right knee, grab the inside of your right foot. So line up your hips and your knees first, and then bend into your left knee so that you can grow from the ground. Activate, left fingertips reach up. And then nice and slow and controlled, reach forward, kick back. Lovely. All right, we're slowly going to rise up. Release your right foot down. Both feet plant on the ground. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Bend your knees, plant your hands. You're going to do those little hops. And then walk your hands to the top of your mat. Bend into your left knee. Step it back to downward facing dog. Once you get to down dog, lower your knees down to the mat. Knees wide, toes together, child's pose. Just a breath, maybe two. From your child's pose, we're going to rise up to a tabletop. Cross your ankles, come onto your seat. We're just going to come into a little hip opener and a forward fold at the same time. So you're going to cross your right leg over your left, stacking your knees on top of each other. Your feet are going to come out to the right and the left. If you want, you can prop yourself up on a blanket, something like that. First, we'll find a little twist. So we're going to inhale, reach our arms all the way up to the sky, and then exhale, twist to the right. Find length in your spine as you inhale and twist around your spine as you exhale.
And noticing in your twist the subtle changes that happen. Breathe and hold and stay. Presence yourself. All right, as you're ready, we're going to inhale, reach it back up to center. And then you're going to take your right elbow and bend it. Your left hand is going to come to the top of your right elbow. You might stay there, or you can take your left hand out to the side, thumb goes down, bend your elbow, come around, and see if your hands can find one another. Mine never can. This is a great place for a strap. It's also a great place to practice acceptance. All right, inhale, lift your heart, and then exhale, fold yourself forward. So just stop yourself when you reach that point in your body where your body is saying, yep, that's enough. No thanks, I'm going any further. And then just allow yourself to breathe and hold. And see if your body subtly shifts. Continue to root your sitting bones down. All right, and then we're going to rise up, release the arms, shake your shoulders out. You're just going to lean back. Legs will come out forward to untangle and then cross the opposite direction. So left knee over the right. We'll find that twist first. Arms are going to reach up. And then exhale, twisting to the left. Maybe peeking over your left shoulder. Noticing how, as the inhale and exhale go in and out, how that affects your twist. All right, and then we'll inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, bend your left elbow. Right hand comes to the top of your left elbow. Give it a little stretch. That might be enough, or you can take your right hand out, inwardly rotate your shoulder, and then take your right hand behind your back. Maybe your fingers find each other, maybe they don't. It doesn't matter. What is your intention, right? Your intention is to practice, to breathe, to honor yourself. Take a breath in, and then exhale, fold yourself forward. Allowing your body to maybe fold a little more with each breath. And then we'll rise up, release your arms, give your shoulders a little shake, uncross your legs. And then we're going to bring both legs long, scoot forward on your mat so your feet are right at the end. Inhale, arms are going to rise all the way up. And then exhale, fold yourself forward. There can be a little bend or generous bend in your knees. Surrender to the grace of this moment and this breath. Great. And then let us rise up. Fingertips are going to reach forward, palms to the sky, and then slowly with control, fire up that core, lower down nice and slowly, maybe a little smile, knowing that the ground is coming very soon. Rest is coming soon. Reach your arms all the way overhead, stretch out long, reach your fingers away from toes, and then squeeze, squeeze, squeeze everything. So activate all the muscles, squeeze, keep your arms right where they are, and then release. We'll do that one more time. So stretch your body long, activate and squeeze, tighten everything in your whole body. And then release. Notice the difference. Start to let your arms slowly find their way to your sides and into your final rest of Shavasana. You, of course, are welcome to take any other final movements, any final postures. invited to stay just as you are for as long as you're able. And give yourself a moment to notice the changes, notice the shifts in just a short amount of time. The shifts even in just a few breaths. My honor and privilege to guide you. I wish you well. I wish you peace. I wish you love. Namaste.